You know, one thing men will do that they will commit to is embarrassing a woman. Okay. But at the same time, sometimes women allow men to embarrass them. Now, I'm Denise Brady. I'm a licensed marriage and family therapist, and I need y'all to hit that like, subscribe, do all the things. But I think that Cam Newton's in the news again for being a good father, something he did with his kids. Oh, no, it's not. It's because he wants to know his woman, not his fiance, not his wife, his woman, Jasmine, her body count. Why does this matter so much? Okay. Why does body count matter so much? Is it more of a matter for men than women? Okay. But let's get into it. Let's tap in. I need y'all to hit that like button. I need y'all to do all the do's. But why does body count matter so much? Does it matter for men more than women? Okay. Let's get into it.
Like, that nigga don't know.
Let me go back.
What's up, my boy? You good? She bad, ain't she? Yeah, that's mine. Baby, you want some juice? You want some punch?
But you're a special man because a lot of niggas, they're too insecure to.
I wanted to know her list.
Of who she fucked?
I want to know.
Addresses?
I needed to know. I have to.
Oh my God.
And I'm going to tell you why, though. I want to know because before I sit up here and really keep moving and elevating our relationship, I want to know who got one up on me.
Ego.
And if I'm willing to take on that burden, because why I want to know, if you had any type of relationship, intimacy, experiences with people that I really know, I need to know that. I'm owed that. Because if you don't give me that, you got me. Hey, y'all, this my girl. And you got somebody over there in that corner like, that nigga don't know. What's up, my boy? You good? She bad, ain't she? Yeah, that's mine. Baby, you want some juice? You want some punch?
But you're a special man because a lot of niggas, they're too insecure to.
I wanted to know her list.
He insecure too. He ain't no different. Okay. It's the ego. I need my ego fulfilled. I need to know that I'm still better than you, that I'm still up here and you down here. I need that list because that's going to let me know if you're worthy of my time. Okay. So many times we hear men who ain't bringing nothing, who ain't doing nothing for themselves, want to know about us. What you bring to the table? Sir, where's your list? Okay. The purpose of this is to make sure my ego stays intact. Because were there ever intentions to marry her? No. Even though he comes from a two-parent household, which I don't understand how you come from the foundation of marriage, but you don't want marriage. Make it make sense, okay? But the audacity, once again, to come on the internet, not to celebrate the relationship, not to announce y'all engaged. What is it for? Oh, me, I. Okay. Cam Newton is a representation of a broken person who is creating broken homes, trying to find himself in the world that I think fulfills his ego over and over again. Because now there's a rhetoric that this behavior is okay on this platform. And this woman also is feeding his ego. Okay. Now she got her own stuff going on, Miss Parker. But I think it just goes into the need for men to have their egos fulfilled, the need to make sure I am better than you, the need to make sure you are worthy of my time. A woman is always having to be put in a position to prove themselves. For what though? And the fact that Jasmine was okay with this and gave up the list, but did she ask for one back? Probably not. Probably not. But Cam Newton over and over again shows us that his ego is fragile. And he represents a lot of men who have fragile egos. I wonder what happened to him as a child to make him just like so fragile. Because it does also show you that you can come from a two-parent household and still be lacking. Even though there's so much rhetoric about dating a woman who doesn't come from a two-parent household, I can't date a woman who doesn't come from a two-parent household. But over and over again, Cam ain't worth nothing. He not doing nothing but having kids and sitting on this podcast. And I think his hair is very much a representation of how he is on the inside. Rattled, tension, okay, not healthy, struggling. Overalls and a crew neck and a hat, I'm confused. Just as much as he is confused about probably what he really wants and doesn't really know, but is dragging along kids, mothers, baby mamas into this dynamic that is just so unhealthy. And also the fact that a child is going to see their father say these things, do these things, and continue to get away with it. Hell, and to also continue to see my mom is okay with it. My mama was okay with it. So the things that my daddy is mirroring to me as a child, as a young man, and my mother is also mirroring to me that this behavior is okay. This is how you treat a woman. This is how relationships are. The things you do and say in your marriage, your relationship, in your household, your kids will go out into the world and mirror that and have relationships of their own. I'm sure y'all heard that oftentimes kids grow up and marry or attract people who are just like their parents. So I wonder now he announced today also that him and Jasmine are the birth of their his 9th child, her 2nd. I wonder how old is his oldest. So I want to know if they're old enough to see the stuff that their father says and does on the internet. But why? Why do we as women feel like this is okay? Why do we stay? Oh, it's because we lack self-worth. That we don't believe we can do better. That this is better than nothing. This is better than me being in LA in my condo single, making videos for the gram. Now I'm just comfortable. I live in this house. I got my 2 kids. And it goes with, along the rhetoric that I've been saying. Sometimes your happy relationship, your idealized life is not somebody else's. This could be like, she could be very happy, content, comfortable, and somebody else is like, that ain't happiness. But you have to see that your version of romance, your version of a relationship, your version of marriage is not everybody's. So as a friend looking in and knowing that this isn't the healthiest thing, but your friend Jasmine is happy, do you question it? Do you go along with it? Do you just, I know I don't agree with this, but my girl is happy. But over and over again, we see how men treat women and women stay. But why does body count matter so much? Why do the people I was with matter now that I'm with you? Those people were in the past. We're building a foundation. But you want to make sure that the man sitting next to you didn't have me before you. I feel like men have very fragile egos, like we saw with Dame Dash. Ego death. But we also have to know that we are worth more than some of these relationships give us. Okay. But oftentimes we rather just be comfortable than grow and thrive. This to me does not foster a thriving relationship. This to me does not foster healthy. This fosters what some men want. Some women are trying to grow out of this dynamic and not be stuck in this type of situation. But when it's put on the internet, I think that it just shows like, oh, okay, I can have a little bit of something. Something that's better than nothing. But it's a toxic relationship. Okay, it's a toxic relationship, a toxic dynamic. And men are constantly continuing to embarrass women. Continuing to embarrass women and embarrass themselves. I wonder what his mom says to him behind closed doors, his father. How can you pour into a 30-year relationship, but then see your son out here acting and behaving the way he does? Maybe it's also unconditional love. That I love my son no matter what. I may not agree, but he gonna do him. I love my 9 grandkids. I'm happy they come over and play and be at the house. But it's just like the audacity to think that you're so up here that you got to meet my level. Somebody says she needs his list, past and present. Yes, because we know there's a present list. That is the other thing. You asked for her list at the beginning while you are still out there conquering other women. Probably why she's pregnant, why she's at home taking care of your other kids from these other women. You're still out here doing your own thing. Somebody said every single time he embarrasses her, she makes an excuse. She must have a humiliation kink. Ain't no way yet. Ain't no way. They are perfectly matched. Wow. Wow. Somebody said, I'm tired of them both. She did the opposite of everything she talked about. That's why, I just kind of wonder the things she was saying and promoting on social media. Was it really her? Was it that she saw that it was funny? Other people laughed at it, but deep down inside, she just wanted a man. And this is what just wanting a man looks like. Not the pouring into the foundation of the relationship, not the we're growing together. This is the I want a man. That's it. That's all. I don't need all the extra stuff. I just want the man. But this man want everything, the list, the kids, being taken care of, being poured into, his bags packed, but he don't want no wife. He doesn't want a wife. And we have to look at ourselves and think about how do we end up in these situations? It has to be, to me, looking from the outside, just like, where's the self-worth to know that I deserve more? Because there's a difference between confidence and self-worth. Confidence is on the outside. Self-worth is on the inside. You can pretend you're confident by the clothes, the wigs, the weaves, the bags, all that. But when you take off all that stuff, what's the self-worth looking like? What's it really giving? It's not giving confident. It's giving, I'm cosplaying as a wife because I can't get a ring. So I'm just going to do what I need to do because I'm happy. I'm happy. But I'm also like, how can you be happy? 9th child. He gets on the internet every other quarter, basically, and embarrasses you. Not to mention, this is just what we see. This is just what we see. I'm sure it's stuff out there behind the scenes, her finding phone numbers, women he talking to, all those things. But why is this okay? Okay, why is this okay? Why does body count really matter? Okay, why does it matter? And can we move away from forcing women? I shouldn't say force because she did choose. Can we move away from, I need a woman to prove herself to me before I let her in to my dysfunctional hamster wheel? And let's also pay attention to the red flag. Like, this wasn't a red flag. What was going on in your life at that time? I was like, it's Cam Newton. I know about his past. Maybe he's gonna be different with me. Maybe I could change him. I don't know what it was. Okay. But once again, he's embarrassing her. But why does body count matter? Why do women have to prove themselves? Do you ever think that men have to prove themselves the same way that women do? Let me know in the chat. Okay. Here's my quick thoughts. It won't be the end of it. Congratulations on the 9th baby. Congrats, congrats, congrats. Body counts? How old are we? Okay. And is there a number that's just too much? I want to know your thoughts. Chat, let me know. Hit that like the video. We continue to have this conversation. But why do we do this to ourselves? Why? The audacity. Knowing that you're dysfunctional. You ain't even bring nothing to the table, okay? But let's get active in the comments. We can talk about it, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.